being told there is no sound, which I guess we'll find out if I actually say that out loud.
Yeah.
We say we're running. We're going to keep talking. So Farmington football, here's a straight pro-I formation. Quarterback fakes a handoff. He's looking deep. He's looking deep down the middle for Devontae Donovan. He goes up and falls incomplete. High-pointed the football nicely, but couldn't bring it down. A slew of War Eagles in the area, but Donovan is the only one that really had a chance to make a play on it.
You know, last week in the benefit game, after a turnover, Silent Springs went for the home run ball, and our War Eagles were not prepared for it. And there we had 3 or 4 receivers or defensive backs there. Nice play.
We were in position, absolutely. Donovan, a really athletic kid. Just says here 6'4", which I don't know that's – he's certainly long and athletic. War Eagle coaching staff onto the field.
Sideline warning. Isn't that what that is?
That's more than a warning. We're going to get 15 yards against us. Coaching staff well on the field. They did call the penalty, and that's going to lead to a Farmington first down. So the pass fell incomplete harmlessly, but the penalty is going to give them first down yardage at the 23-yard line.
It looked like by the body language of Coach Hookfin that a certain player did something wrong.
Yeah.
And got an unsportsmanlike call.
Another play back to pass. They're looking over the left side. The catch is going to be made. Ball is caught by number 9, who I do not have on a roster. He's not going to be much.
Old number 9er.
Oh, good old number 9. He's actually it's a little more than I thought. They're going to get about 4 yards on it. It'll be second down and 6 from the 19-yard line. We didn't have good success last time we had somebody making plays that didn't have a number. Last year, Bentonville West. Good old number 8. We still remember him. We'll listen for the hometown announcers here next time we get it. Back to pass again. Look for another swing route. That's Donovan. Well pursued by the War Eagles. He makes the catch, and he's going to fight forward for about 2 yards. That's Christian Jimenez actually coming from his defensive tackle or defensive end position to change down a very athletic Devontae Donovan and prevent further damage.
It looked like a tunnel screen there that the War Eagles kind of busted up, so it was a nice play for our defense.
Brings up another one of these downs. Third down and 4. Big opportunity for our War Eagles. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback rolls out to the left. He's going to tuck it up and try and go. Beats the pursuit to the sideline. He's going to get inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Again, going to be right at the marker.
Yeah, he's going to be right at the sticks. I would expect another measurement.
Trey Sauls came up to pursue.
No measurement.
No measurement. They are going to go fourth down, but it's 4th and short. I would be shocked if they don't go for this again.
Yes, and I mean the first extra point for Farmington was wide left.
that helps make your decision, doesn't it? Yeah. So now you got quarterback Cartwright again coming to the sideline. You got that big fullback in the backfield too. Actually, he's moving out in the slot. I don't mind that. A little delay, and he's going to fight forward. Ball's well hit. They're going to blow the ball. They're going to blow the play dead. The football popped out. War Eagles are running. The play is over. Seth Kendall came out with his head in the other direction. So the hit was made right at the line of scrimmage, and right now we're trying to figure out where the ball should be spotted. Quarterback Cartwright went over the top. War Eagles made a play, and now we're trying to sort things out.
It looks like it's going to be first down.
They're looking to the sideline, and they're going for War Eagles first down. They are not even going to measure. War Eagles held.
Yes.
Cartwright is stopped short. War Eagles hold. It's going to be War Eagle football.
Great play. Seth Kendall over the top, and I mean maybe a little instant replay might have shown that was a fumble.
And that's one of those things there, Coach, where, you know, as a coach, you might have overthought the room a little bit. Last time you just had big Terrion Swift just push your quarterback forward for about 1.5 yards. That time they even move him outside, and they try and spread out the defense. And without that extra big body up there, the War Eagles were able to make a play.
Yeah, I think that might be something that will be looked at tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 wide receivers in the game. Hensley, the quarterback, Fakes, back to pass. He's looking deep for Tillman McNair down the sideline. Tillman, he has a chance to make a play on the ball. He was covered on the play. Coverage on the play by Miles Harvey. Ball is going to fall incomplete. That was a nicely thrown ball by Carter Hensley.
Yeah, and Tillman had a chance at that. It looked like the ball was deflected a little bit, and just right at the last minute. But he was there, an opportunity for a big play.
He had a step behind him. Opportunity to make a play. But 2nd down and 10 it is. Similar formation. And Hensley, the quarterback, tries to hand it off to Gonzalez, and going to have to keep it. It's going to turn into a nice play. So it actually turns into a little bit of a zone read. I'm not sure that was purposeful, but Hensley's going to gain 11 yards on the play and pick up a first down for the War Eagles.
It didn't look real smooth, but neither do the Texas Leaguers, but they still count the same.
Yeah. River turned around and was looking for the football, and Carter just started running. And we'll take it. It's a fresh set of downs. To the top of your screen is Jeb Brown. Again, quarterback, senior quarterback, wants to be involved on both sides of the field. He's now moved to wide receiver. Tillman McNair on the other side. There's a snap to Hensley. Hensley's going to make a guy miss in the backfield. He's going to fight forward. Going to be a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 7.
Number 34 for Farmington. Hayden Cox there on the stop. I couldn't tell. His uniform was folded over.
Shotgun formation again. Gonzalez is the tailback. Next to Hensley. Little fake. Throw over the middle is going to be complete. That's caught by Jeb Brown. There's that senior wide receiver. And he's going to have first down yardage across the 35 to the 37. War Eagles back-to-back first downs right as the first quarter expires.
And, just to kind of pat Jeb Brown on the back a little bit, a conversation earlier this week where Jeb just wanted to be on the field more. Being a quarterback wasn't as important as being, being more a part of the game. So, hats off for his unselfishness and his first reception.
All right, so a little momentum going as we end the first quarter right here. At the end of 1, it is Farmington 6 and War Eagles 0. So, Coach, we played a quarter of football. Got a sophomore quarterback in the game. We got a couple sophomores out there making plays. What's your assessment 1 quarter in?
You're sitting in a place in Farmington, Arkansas that has a history, 50, 60 years of solid high school football, state championships in a beautiful facility like this. And, we all know the history of where Heritage has been in the last couple of years. And to be on the road here, finding a little rhythm on offense, gave up a big play early but didn't break, which we've seen in the past. So, I kind of think that, the coaching staff might be proud of what's going on here in the first quarter, and they're kind of hoping that Carter Hensley and a few of those sophomores start gaining a little more confidence and start rolling, and Uncle Mo's a big thing.
We're getting ready to start the second quarter of play. War Eagles are at the line of scrimmage. Referee blows the snap clock. Nick Winters in motion. They're going to give it to him on a jet sweep. He's going to try and get wide. He's going to have to duck it up. Tackle's going to be made on the play by number 27, Jacob J. But not before we gain a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 from the 40-yard line.
Good old 2nd and 8, but it's a positive play on first down.
Yeah. Here's another new look. So Winter is a senior. He's made a lot of plays for these War Eagles as well. And we've already moved that around a little bit. So Tillman McNair actually started the game in that slot position. They've moved him outside. They've moved Winter into that slot. So coaching staff just trying to find the right combination here now too. Fake and handoff to Gonzalez. Hensley's going to throw it deep down the right side. Ball is up in the air, and almost a nice play made by Jeb Brown. We'll cover it on the play. Coverage on the play by DeCorey Thomas. Had a little help from his safety position. Jeb actually made a nice play on the ball, but it falls harmlessly incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
It's really a nice throw by Carter. He stepped into it nice. The first few passes didn't seem to come out of his hand very real crisp, but boy, that one sure did. And Jeb had a chance to make a play, and I like the aggressiveness of the Heritage War Eagles.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I think you put Carter Hensley in the spot as a sophomore. He's starting the opener as a sophomore. I think he's responded really well. I think he looks confident. He looks comfortable. We haven't completed every ball. I'm not saying that, but I mean, I I'd be encouraged.
I think he's got some stats. We don't have the ability, or we don't have the, what he is for how many yards. But he has thrown an interception, but he's got some yards, and he's handled some difficult situations. Sometimes when you throw a sophomore out there, the game gets kind of big and fast. But he's handled some, misplayed balls and missed handoff. He's kind of overcome those things, which kind of gives you the idea that he's kind of comfortable out there.
Absolutely. So we got a timeout on the War Eagles right here. They saw something they didn't like. Let me take this time to recognize a couple of our sponsors. We'd like to thank Adidas, the official team sponsor of Heritage Athletics. Also, thank you to Excite Fundraising. Excite provides high-quality tickets, passes, and schedule posters to schools throughout Arkansas. Excite Fundraising is the official sports marketing company of Rogers Athletics. Is proud to support the Heritage War Eagles. You can visit them at excitefundraising.com. If you're listening to us, you kind of know this already, but you can download the app and follow us along in the App Store. It's RPS Athletics, or you can go to gowareagles.com for this live stream, or also just go to RPS Athletics. That'll get you not only to Heritage, but also get you to Rogers Mounties scores, stats, broadcasts, and information. We're back in action. Another fake handoff. Hensley back to pass. He's going to be hit. Ball is fumbled, but he's going to cover it up immediately. Little blitz off the edge by the Farmington Cardinals.
Aiden Robinson there with the hit on the quarterback, forcing the fumble and forcing a fourth down in what looks to be a punting situation for the Warriors.
Absolutely, yeah, 4th down and 12. So a couple promising back-to-back first downs as we enter the into the quarter.
One of the questions that I have is, do we know where the guy is with the key for the lights? Because it's looking a little dark out there.
It is starting to get that way, isn't it?
Sometimes you're in a high school event and the guy that's got the key to turn the lights on is hard to find. So
yeah. Blame 2020.
Yes.
Baxley's back to punt again. We're punting away from our 36. Man deep to receive is Tate Pickens. He is standing at his 29-yard line awaiting the punt. Right now, just a little hold up. Referees have held action for just a little bit. For some reason, there's actually, I guess, a penalty on the flag that I missed, or on the play that I missed.
It might have been a delay.
Flag down, yeah, delay a game would make sense. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to turn it into 4th down and 17. Now kicking away from the 31. Back deep to receive is Tate Pickens. Now it is 34-yard line. That snap handled clean, and they broke straight through the line of scrimmage, and he actually catches it. That's going to be a touchdown for Farmington. The ball is caught on the play by Caden Teague as it was punted right in his belly. Kind of an incredible play right there, but both times we've given up a rush straight up the middle. You commented the first time you didn't know how it couldn't have been blocked, and they got that one.
Yeah, number 13, Parker Jones for Farmington, bailed out of that from the center of the line of scrimmage to go up the left edge, which seemed to me that they were trying to create an overload on that side, but yet Teague comes flying right through there and just basically catches it and runs in with it. A big play for Farmington Cardinals and some more to overcome for our Heritage War Eagles.
Now it looks to be a timeout on the field by Farmington. Their situation, honestly, they didn't quite expect. And the scoreboard now reads 12-0. So after we just get a little bit of momentum, a big play going the wrong way.
So this, just to throw a little tidbit of little trivia out there, this is the Farmington Cardinals' first football game against a 7A opponent, and the first ever high school football game against a team from Rogers.
That is good trivia. I like that. I think they actually have another one coming up too, don't they?
Yes, and I think they're going to get a chance to play one of the Springdale schools here in a couple of weeks. And, it's nice in Northwest Arkansas these days that, you don't have to travel very far to find a pretty good team to play.
Yeah. This is a good game. Honestly, the War Eagles have scheduled really strongly non-conference for quite some time. And you're going to look on the schedule and you're going to see a 5A West opponent in Farmington, but they are a good football team, and this is actually a good test. Certainly, It's a game you want to come down here and win, and we still can. But But it's not surprising that they would be a difficult opponent for us.
Well, no doubt. I mean, they bring a lot of success in from last season. They're 6-4, and they're one win away from going to the playoffs. And they're really, really difficult 5A West conference that has Harrison and Bologna and some others. So anytime you go to Morrilton and have to make a play in any sport, it's hard. So they're for sure not intimidated.
Right now, they went for 2 on this play and threw a ball a little sideline round in the end zone that's going to fall incomplete. So 2 touchdowns, but no extra point conversions of either the kick or the 2-point conversion variety. And it's 12-0, and we'll be getting the football back.
Yeah, it's just a matter of consistency. I think we've made some plays and moved the ball and found a little confidence, but then a negative play might happen that we can't overcome. We've just got to find some consistency and just kind of keep things moving.
Going to give a big shout out to former Rogers coach, good friend of mine, Jody Aldridge, who somehow has us on the big screen down in Wiley, Texas. Jody, thanks a lot, man, for tuning in. Thank you also for the feedback, that it's always good when you can be up here and you get criticism from friends about, the way you broadcast.
Hey, and we found the guy that's got the key to the lights.
We did.
The lights have come on.
They came on right away, obviously.
Yes.
So, it did brighten it up quite a bit, shockingly, right?
It was getting a little.
That's good. This is almost a brand new facility. You said this is the second year they've been here.
Yes.
And this is obviously, I'm sure it looks nice on TV. The press box area that we're in is excellent. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be picked up at about the 13, 14-yard line, and the ball's going to squirt out of there as the tackle was being made. We are going to recover it. It's going to be our football at the 31-yard line. Kickoff was returned by Nick Winter.
And Tyson Brown makes the play of the game for the War Eagles thus far and recovers that kick, or recovers that fumble.
It landed in his belly. I don't think anybody really knew that ball was out, fortunately. Brady Laird is in the game at wide receiver. Didn't see Brady in that first quarter.
Did not.
But he played a lot of wide receiver in the benefit game and played a lot of quarterback in the JV game. There's going to be a flag down. This play blown dead. Last time I guessed false start. It was encroachment. And again, it's encroachment. So fortunately, I did not guess. You didn't hear me guess, right?
That's right.
Okay, excellent. It's a much better answer for us. It's a 5-yard penalty. That one on Farmington puts us in a really good situation to start this drive at 1st and 5.
Yeah, and I would expect here in the first early going of a high school football season, in light of the situation that we're all in, that we'd have more of those little sneaky little penalties. But it's not been so bad. So
yeah,
credit to both coaching staffs.
Your inside handoff to River Gonzalez. He's going to run into his own guy, and then is going to be blown up by a member of the Cardinals. Chase Brown, it looks like, makes the tackle. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, and it's your favorite 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
So your receiving core, your outside wide receivers are Brady Laird and Jeb Brown. Nick Winter is taking over that slot receiver role. Quarterback, still Carter Hensley. Fakes a handoff, looking deep down the right side, looking for Jeb, and he's got him. Nice little comeback route across the 40 to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. Now they spot it. That's going to be first down yardage for the War Eagles.
DeCorey Thomas on the coverage for Farmington, but a nice throw by Carter Hensley and a nice catch by former quarterback Jeb Brown.
And again, Laird also a quarterback. So you see – that happens a lot. You see a lot of guys, that wind up playing a lot of positions in college were high school quarterbacks. You like to see guys with balls in their hand making plays. Here's Winter on a sweep. That one is also blown dead. Another flag on the play. It looks like he's blowing offsides again, or pointing offsides again.
It's got to be – we're going the wrong direction.
Now we're going the wrong way. So this one is going to be a false start. I give up. That one did look a little funky. Like Nick actually started. He kind of stopped his motion because the timing was off on it. So As it is, the play didn't happen. It's going to be first down and 15. War Eagles have the ball on their own 37.
The way that one was going, that might have been a benefit for the War Eagles.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, it's going to be second and 13 either way, right?
Might have been first and 15.
We'll see what happens here. We'll get 7 on this one and get our favorite 2nd and 8 again. Shotgun formation. Hensley fakes the handoff, tries to escape outside, and he cannot. He's going to be sacked on the play.
Caleb Matthews for Farmington makes a great play there. I thought Carter might sneak out of there and have a chance, but no. Caleb Matthews with a great play.
That's another snap that hit the ground, and Carter picked it up. Relative ease, but now we've got a mess. We are at the 27-yard line, and we need the 48 of Farmington. Quick math says that's
a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
The board says 2nd and 25.
Yeah, I think 25 is correct by my math. Here's a snap. Again, a fake handoff. Looking to Jeb, and in and out of the hands of Jeb Brown, and falls incomplete. Coverage on the play by DeCorey Thomas.
Yeah, that was a catchable ball there. I think, Jeb might have heard a little footsteps there. Or he might have tried to make a move prior to having secured the ball. Either way, the ball is on the turf, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, you kind of understand that as a player because it's not going to be much if he catches it, right? Like if he catches it, it's probably going to be 7. So he's trying to make a play, but you got to think ball first.
Yeah.
Without the football, none of the rest of that matters. So 3rd down and 25. Fake the handoff. Another blitz off the edge. He's going for Jeb, just a little bit too high off his fingertips. Coverage on the play, again, by DeCorey Thomas, but it was Devontae Donovan, a wide receiver that's done some damage already, that came over from his safety position and almost picked that one off. So it's now going to be 4th and 25. We'll be kicking away from our own 27-yard line.
Yeah, give it to that sophomore, Carter Hensley. He hung in there. The pocket was crumbling all the way around, and he got that ball out of there. He's showing some real toughness. I think he's got a future.
I mean, he's a year ahead of my oldest, so we saw him play at Lingle. We saw him as a freshman last year quite a bit. We know Carter can play. It's a lot to ask out of a sophomore to play your first varsity game and be handed the ball as a starting quarterback, so seeing some good things already and expect it to only go up.
Yes.
We're going to get another delay of game penalty on a punt. It's going to back it up 5 more yards. Now 4th down and 30. Baxley's back to kick again. See what kind of adjustments we have made up front. That a clean protection. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's actually going to be fielded in War Eagle territory. The fair catch is made by Tate Pickens at the 45-yard line, and that's where they're going to take it over. 8:07 here to go in the second quarter.
It's one of these turning points in an athletic contest right here. If the War Eagles can stand them up here and get the ball back, then things could relatively stay close. They give up a big play here and make it a 3-score game. It's going to be an uphill climb.
Absolutely. Four wide receivers and a single tailback. That single tailback is Caden Elsick. And they're going to give it to him up the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and just drag a couple War Eagles forward. Going to be a gain of about 4 to the 41-yard line. Like Noah Frick maybe at the bottom of that pile.
Hard to see.
Again, still the quarterback, Ian Cartwright. So many times you see so many people going hurry up, no huddle, and you've got a team like Farmington that he's literally running to the side, jogging to the sideline to get a play and bringing it back to the huddle. Just interesting. And there's a big snap that goes through the quarterback, and it's going to be a big loss. He's going to fall on it. Going to be a loss of around 14 or 15 yards all the way back to the Farmington 44. So a nice little break right there, and again, another one of these opportunities just to get off the field.
Exactly, and putting the ball back on the Farmington side of the field gains you some field position, and now's a chance to make another big play. I mean, all you can ask for is for opportunities. I mean, as an athlete, all of us that have played high school sports, you just want to have a chance. Well, you have a chance here.
So actually not a new formation right here. They've run that little thing around. They're going to go back to pass. He's looking downfield. Now he's going to be flushed. He's going to be chased out of bounds. Nice play on the play. Cooper Bowman there. Also Jonathan Lockett are going to force him out of bounds. Going to be a gain on the play of about 7, but it's going to bring up 4th and 15, and the War Eagles ought to get the football back with some time to do some damage here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and give some credit to the War Eagle defensive line. They rushed 3 there and got there and got some pressure, and then Cooper Bowman and number 18, Jonathan Lockett, were there to clean it up.
Lockett, another sophomore, and make no question about it, Cartwright was going to be looking over here to the right to Devontae Donovan, who was streaking down the right side. Nice, well-struck kick. It's taken inside the 15-yard line on the run by Nick Winter. He's going to cross the 40, almost to the 45-yard line. Tripped up on the player. That could have been even bigger, but a big field position change for our War Eagles. We're going to take over at the 45-yard line.
Nick Winter with another good return. He's been a bright spot, and I know he carries some expectations by the War Eagle football staff into the season as a guy that can, run the ball and catch the ball, and obviously he can return it. So big play for the War Eagles with 6:36 left here. Maybe they get something going.
He hit that punt well, but it was kind of a knuckleball out there. Didn't have a lot of height or a lot of hang time. Winter, again, like you said, just got it on the run. Did some damage. A net punt of 5 yards. So here are the War Eagles in business. Here's inside handoff to River Gonzalez. He's going to break through the first level, get all the way to the 46-yard line of Farmington. Going to be a gain of 9 on the play, bring up 2nd and short.
Yes, nice play, nice run on first down. Offensive line, nice job getting off the ball.
We're going to pick up the pace here a little bit. We're going to try and get some rhythm. Again, Hensley, Gonzalez is the halfback next to him. Just going to give it to him, try and pick up this first down. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lean forward, though. I think it's not much, but it's enough for a first down. We are in business at the 45-yard line. Fresh set of downs. 6:03 to go here in the half.
In the current situation, Farmington going to get the ball coming out of the second half. This is a really important drive for the War Eagles.
Well, you mentioned it before. I mean, the difference between, say, 12-7 and 19-7 or 19-0 is just enormous.
Yes.
Mentally. Back to pass, Hensley. He's looking deep, and now comes the short. His underneath receiver. He's got Nick Winter. Nice catch. He fights forward, breaks a tackle. He's going to be stopped at the 35-yard line. It looks like that's going to be a gain of 9.5. How about that? Second and very short.
Second and short. Nice play by Nick Winter to really battle for the ball there. The ball was kind of bobbled. He came down with it and struggled for another yard. He's had a nice game tonight.
Yeah, and I actually think that play was intended for Tillman McNair deep down the field. It looked like Carter looked to him and then came off of him, and Winter did a good job helping his quarterback, coming back and helping him out, and made a nice strong play.
I agree. He checked down to the receiver here for a sophomore quarterback. It's a pretty big play for any quarterback.
So we're going to take a timeout here again. Does that run us out? Or I guess everybody's used 2 now at this point in time. So I don't know what the situation is there, and they actually give us a first down on that play. So instead of 9.5, we're going to get 10 and a fresh set of downs at the 35-yard line. So again, we're here last possession or possession before. We had a couple first downs in a row. Really got to turn this one into points.
Yeah, something positive here has got to happen on the scoreboard for the War Eagles as they go into get close to halftime. And we all know how things can happen in sports. There's 5.5 left, and there a lot of things can happen here in the last 5.5 minutes. But you'd like to see the War Eagles kind of methodically put this thing in the end zone and not give Farmington a lot of time left to score right before half.
War Eagles have broken the meeting over on the sideline. Tillman McNair is split wide to the left. Jeb Brown wide to the right. Number 9, Nick Winter, is in the slot to the right side. On the snap, another penalty marker down. This one blown in again. This one from the umpire, and he's immediately marking it off. That's going to be a false start on our War Eagles. Not what you want to see coming off of back-to-back first downs, and now gets us to 1st and 15.
In high school football or high school athletics in general, it's performance is based on the lack of mistakes. And now we're getting to the point where that's a costly mistake, and now we're behind the sticks.
Absolutely. Everything matters, right, Coach?
You limit your mistakes as best you can. It's hard to eliminate them, but you can limit them.
Here's a little quarterback sweep to the right, trying to get the edge. He's not going to get there. Had a little caravan in front of him. It was blown up pretty nicely by the Farmington Cardinals. It's going to be a loss of 2 or 3. Going to put us in a 2nd down and 17 situation.
Yeah.
Caleb Matthews, again, making a mess out of that. We've called his name a few times tonight.
Farmington's got some good-looking kids on defense and offense, some good skilled players.
Both being Packer fans, we've seen a guy named Matthews make a mess of some quarterbacks before. Wonder if he's Kinta. Snap back to play. They're looking deep, and it's to Tillman McNair, who has a step again on the defense. Ball again, pretty well thrown by Carter Hensley.
Well, there's 2 defenders there for Farmington, and I know that had something to do with the ball was right on the money.
It was. Well, Miles Harvey is in the coverage. Knocked it away. Now, again, if you want some encouraging signs, that's sophomore to sophomore in their first game of varsity football.
So I got a note.
What do we got? Okay. Back to pass. Looking for Winter. Oh, that almost turned into a big play. It was off the hands of Winter. Trailing behind him was Brady Laird, and Brady almost picked that one up. If he gets it, it's probably a touchdown.
And again, we've made some nice plays, and Carter's putting the ball on our receiver's hands. We got to make a play.
So I think the War Eagles thought about it for a minute, but they are going to punt the football here, it's a pretty wise call. There's not a lot of 4th and 17 plays in the playbook. Back to punt is Baxley again. Clean protection, a nice spiral this time. Doesn't turn over. Into the football, hits inside the 5, and it's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. So it will be Farmington football. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And they've got 80 yards to go.
You'd like to think there's plenty of time for Heritage to even get the ball back. Farmington's looking at a chance here to really, put a chink in our armor, so to speak, and get some points here right before halftime, and then come out of the second half with the ball. So, this is another one of those turning points in a ball game where somebody's got to step up.
Yeah, and I'd really be paying a lot of attention to Deontay Donovan right there, and they just swing it out to him in the flat. And we swarm him, and we get him for only a gain of about 2. It's going to turn it into 2nd and 8. I just feel like if I'm a Farmington coach right now, I'm in a situation where I want to get my best playmaker the ball, and so far that's looked like number 4 for Farmington.
Yeah, no doubt. Looking for a player to make a play, that's kind of the secret to the whole thing, and he definitely looks the part like he can make a play.
A little bit of an offset I formation now, and they're going to hand it off to the tailback. Tries to get the edge. There's a flag down. Now 2 flags down, and a nice play is made. Looks like Terrion Franklin is going to come up and make the tackle on the tailback, Caden Elsick. But 2 markers down in the area, what should be some form of holding or illegal block.
That's our prediction.
Yeah, it is.
We like it when the referee is facing that direction.
By the way, it looks like it's starting in the backfield. Like it looks like it could be a 14-yard penalty. Well, now you're going to go half the distance. I was told there would be no math, Coach.
Yeah, that's a problem. At least keep the math simple.
But that is going to be the call. They're going to back it up. And I think actually the official didn't want to do the math either. He just put it straight down on the 10. So
yeah, well
we now have a
10's a nice round number.
2nd down and 20. The ball's right on the 10-yard line, and you mentioned trying to get the ball back. That's a great start right there.
Yes.
Snap back to the quarterback. He's looking wide to the left, flushed out of the pocket. See if we can make a play right there. Pushed him wide to the sideline even, and don't hit him out of bounds. He is forced out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
I don't.
Going to bring up 3rd and 16, and we got a little fracas over here on the sideline. What do we got?
I'm not sure how to measure, excitement or getting fired up or, really fired up for a game, but Coach Hookfin is fired up for tonight's ball game.
He is. And we've seen out of that coaching staff the entire time they've been here, and they've done a good job of trying to set that tone. And I think you even see that in some of the moves when you're willing to bring a sophomore in the first game of their career.
Yeah.
They're looking for people that are going to compete.
Here's
a screen pass, and it is read and dropped. Screen pass on the play to Caden Elsick. That's 70.
Alex Adams, outstanding job reading the screen. A chance, maybe to rush the passer there or get over aggressive, but a great job keeping his discipline and making a big play. And the War Eagles are going to get the ball back.
Loss on the play. Farmington's going to be punting it away from their 14-yard line. Winter deep to receive. He is standing on the War Eagle, and now he's backing up. He's just inside the 45, 46-yard line.
It's a Cardinal tonight, Aaron.
Yeah, excuse me. High punt against a spiral. It doesn't turn over, and it gets a War Eagle bounce and goes back. Did that hit a War Eagle? They are acting like it hit a War Eagle.
No.
And he says no. Farmington players are saying yes, but
they're going to lose.
The official just sets that football down and points War Eagle football, and it rolls dead at the 44-yard line.
Well, it was awful close. The ball took an abnormal bounce, which footballs can, but the Cardinals thought it hit us.
They sold it well anyway. Not that they would ever do that.
They had the palms up. When the player has the palms up, he's pretty convinced that he's right.
But hey, we've got 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go, and we got the ball at the Cardinal 44. Snap back to Hensley. He's looking deep. He's got McNair again. McNair diving attempt, and just off his fingertips, ball falls incomplete at about the 15-yard line.
Another very, very well thrown ball. And you can't fault McNair's effort. I mean, he's there with 2 people, ball's on his hands. He's doing an outstanding job getting there and getting off the line of scrimmage. Now we just got to make the connection.
Yeah, and again, I think it shows a lot of confidence in this coaching staff to be given the opportunity to throw balls deep like that. First game of the year, we just need to connect on one. Another snap back to Hensley. He looks to the right side, another fade route. This one deep the other way is going to be intercepted. Ball was cut off by the defensive back. It's picked off the 5-yard line. He's now at the 20. Now the 30. He's at the 40, trying to get to midfield. He crosses. Actually, he's going to be tackled just shy of the 50-yard line. Interception on the play by DeCorey Thomas.
Josh Ezell for the War Eagles finally makes a stop after the interception, but the ball be at midfield for Farmington with 3:09 left. A great opportunity for them to really, make a statement here in this ball game.
Right at midfield, and again they had one-on-one coverage over there. The route kind of got cut off. I think that was over towards Jeb Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Nice play on the ball by DeCorey Thomas, and with 3:09 to go, it'll be Farmington football with an opportunity to do something.
Pivotal moment here again.
There's a new player in the ball game for Farmington, 22. Elliott Thompson is showing up in the slot. Snap back, looking over to the right side. He's flushed. Nice tackle on the play. That looks like that's going to be Peyton Yeager making another play in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
He's been pretty active tonight. That's a good play. He stayed at it. The quarterback for Farmington had some time there, but, give a lot of credit to the defensive backfield, and our defensive line got in there.
Peyton's a good football player. Need him to make plays from that defensive end position for sure. And again, going a little old school right here. Have the quarterback Cartwright coming to the sideline, getting the play. Meanwhile, the clock is winding down. There's 3 on the snap clock. 2, 1. I believe that's going to be a delay of game, and it's not because the Cardinals are going to take a timeout. But in a bit of a hurry-up situation, the Cardinals had to take time out to avoid a delay of game call. It's still going to be 2nd and 11. 2:18 to go. Again, it's imperative that we do not give up points here like it was we're looking to get points, but now we certainly need to be in a position where we do not give up points here as we go into halftime.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go in down 3 scores and the possibility then of Farmington coming out with the ball. That first possession of the second half is going to dictate probably what the outcome is here.
It's good. All right. Another thank you go out to Slim Chickens. Slim Chickens is a proud sponsor of Heritage War Eagles Athletics. Slim Chickens brings Southern hospitality to fast casual dining with fresh, hand-breaded chicken tenders, buffalo wings, and handmade dipping sauces. And what I had for dinner. Doesn't say that on the sheet, though.
And what I wish I had for dinner.
You should have let me know, Tom. I mean, if we're going to carpool down here, I can take care of that. We're back at the line of scrimmage, or Farmington's back at the line of scrimmage. They're under center, 4 wide receivers. And they're now going to hand the ball off and see what they can get past the first level, across the 45, down to the War Eagle 42-yard line is Caden Elsick.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. Very manageable. 2 minutes and counting.
And clock running. And again, they are not in a hurry. Quarterback runs all the way to get his play from his coach. Jogs into the huddle. Play clock is now at 15 before they even break the huddle. I formation, looks like they're just going to try and get the first down right here maybe. And they do. They hand it off to Elsick. He is hit right at the marker. That is going to be,
looks like
depending on the spot.
It looks like they might be just inches short.
Meanwhile, the clock is rolling. They haven't stopped it yet. And now they will. And they're going to give him a first down. All he needed was the stripe. Evidently, they put it right on the 40-yard stripe. 1:22 to go.
It looked like a good spot. I mean, we've got a pretty good vantage point right here. We're right on that 40.
Yeah.
And it looked like he had it, so a good call.
$112 and counting. 4 wide receivers. Back to pass, looking over to the right. It's that guy Donovan. Well pursued by the War Eagles. It's going to be a short gain of about 4. Again, the pass, Ian Cartwright to Devontae Donovan.
And the tackle made by a host of War Eagles.
Well pursued. I mean, that's the playmaker you have to be concerned about, so it's not shocking they would be there. Now back to pass. They're looking for him again. Pass just off the fingertips of Donovan and falls incomplete. 41 seconds left to play in the half. 3rd down and 6. Then I wouldn't be surprised to see them go his direction again.
Yeah, and a first down here would stop the clock and give you a little chance to run a couple more plays. I don't see that Farmington has a timeout left, but the scoreboard's not always correct.
Tailback Elsick is in the slot. They throw back. They're looking left where they had 3 wide receivers, and he's going to be sacked on the play. That's that man Peyton Yeager again with another big loss. Ball is back at the 41-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. And Farmington doesn't have to do anything else.
Yeah,
they don't want to.
Interesting here that maybe a timeout if the War Eagles have one left. We're
definitely
not sure. We're not sure if they do. Obviously, they've.
Board says 1, but I feel like they've used 3 of them. Farmington. So this is interesting.
Hail Mary.
2, 1, and that should be a motion penalty, but they don't get it. They should throw it deep. And again, Yeager with a chance, and now quarterback is running for his life, and we're going to sack him again. All the way back to the 45-yard line of the War Eagles. That's Noah Frick. And look at the enthusiasm on the War Eagle sideline. That's going to be the end of the half. We're not going to be able to move it from there, but that is a great way to end a half of football if you're Heritage.
Yes, and you like to see the energy. Hopefully that will build in through halftime. Staff gets in there, make a few adjustments. Again, it's going to be a big series coming out of the halftime, down 12-0 with Farmington getting the ball. But they're in position. They got a chance, so good half of football by both teams.
Let's thank a couple more folks. Height Jackson Associates, they're a proud sponsor of War Eagle Athletics. Also, Arvest Bank. Arvest owns and operates 16 community banks in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Kansas, offering banking, mortgages, credit cards, and investments. And to Nabholz. Nabholz, a proud sponsor of War Eagle Athletics. A national commercial contractor offering a full range of construction, industrial, civil, environmental, and specialty services. Again, thank you to those guys. In addition to, I mentioned before, Adidas, Excite Fundraising, Mascot Media, and Slim Chickens. And Coach, you summed it up pretty well. Obviously, you don't want to be looking up at the scoreboard 12-0, but it feels like we've done some good things along the way. We've made some plays. Obviously, going to have to make some more to win them in the second half, but it should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, and you get caught up on the scoreboard. I mean, we all do as fans, But the truth of it is that the score only really matters when the clock says 0-0. I mean, that's the only time. Otherwise, it's just tracking. So you get with your guys and you talk about playing better, about correcting some errors that you can control, and then get out here and get a fast start out here in the second half. So, I think Heritage is in a good situation. Farmington's a very solid team. They're going to come out with, obviously, their adjustments. So, hey, it'll be a fun ending.
It will. And you know what? I'm just happy to be out here calling football with you. So that's good. But we're going to come back fighting here the second half. There's a little bit under 19 minutes left in this halftime clock. We hope you're enjoying War Eagle football. I know Coach Olson and I are excited to bring it to you. We're going to take a pause right now and let you guys watch the halftime activity, and we'll be back here for the second half. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again. We are in Farmington with real live high school football. Coach Olson will be with us in just a minute as he is enjoying some of little Chick-fil-A. He'll be with us in just a minute. Absolutely. So we play one half of football. Your score up there is 12-0 Farmington on top of Heritage. Coach, we were talking a little bit here before we went back on the air. It feels like defensively we've made some pretty good adjustments and feel like we're in a pretty good position to start this second half.
Yeah, and they need to be because, as we've said several times before, Farmington's going to start with the ball and a big drive, that's going to have a big impact on the outcome. Here comes as we get started here in the second half. But if Heritage can continue to put pressure on the Farmington quarterback, they're doing a good job covering receivers, and for the most part of it, a good job after the catch with some athletic kids that Farmington have out on the perimeter. So, all things look good defensively. You just got to find some consistency offensively.
And I think it's a key word there you hit there, consistently. Like we've seen some flashes, even first play of the game, we throw the ball deep down the field and, make a nice play, sophomore to sophomore, from Carter Hensley to Tillman McNair, and just haven't been able to sustain it. We've done some things we've seen us do in the past, Coach. Was you make a couple first downs in a row, and then you get a false start that sets you back on 1st and 15. Got to start overcoming those things and just continue to keep making plays to build that momentum along the way.
Yeah, and you hit it on the head. A lot of times the team that wins is not the team that makes the big plays. It's just the team that makes the fewest mistakes. And with some false start penalties, a couple interceptions, and things like that, they've kind of stubbed their toe a little bit. But, it's the first half of the first game of the year, and with a bunch of young kids out there, and we all know that we should never sell a kid short. So who knows?
Yeah, I feel like the coaching staff has to you never feel good when the scoreboard's the wrong direction, right? Like, I'm not trying to say that. But, I feel like the coaching staff has to feel good. We actually put up a much better effort tonight than we did a week ago. You've seen some good things out of your sophomores. But right now we got to go win a half of football and get the season started with a win. Baxley set to kick off. We are kicking off from right to left if you're listening to us. Kick is going to be taken inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be brought out to the 20, to the 25, and he's going to go out of bounds there. It's going to be marked at about the 29, 30-yard line. He actually got a few more yards than I'd given him credit for there. That's Caden Elsick, the tailback, on the return for Farmington.
Jonathan Lockett for Heritage forces them out of bounds there. Pretty good coverage on the first kick and not outstanding field position, but not bad position for Farmington.
So a chance right now for this War Eagle defense to make a stop, get the ball back to our offense, get us right back in this game. We are in this game. Now here's a new formation from Farmington, and they hand the ball off inside. There is a flag down on the play. So they ran a bunch formation that time, which is the first time we've seen it. Brought Devontae Donovan in motion, but then they handed the ball straight up the middle for a big gain and what would be a first down. Let's see what the penalty is. Illegal motion. They confused themselves, Coach.
Well, I was going to say there was a lot of movement there and a lot of deception, and obviously I guess they just went a little overboard.
It worked on everybody except for the officials. So a big penalty right there turns what would have been a first down carry into first down and 15 at the 25-yard line.
Now you'd like to see those defensive ends for Heritage get upfield here and make a play. Possible passing down here with first and long.
They're throwing that swing pass to Donovan out there again in that trips formation, and the War Eagles read it, pursue it, and tackle him after a very short gain and drive him backwards after a gain of 1.
Carter Talley coming from his middle linebacker to take care of that tunnel screen. Great job, clean it up, and another big play for the Heritage defense.
So that's a play that's a play that was a touchdown in the first quarter. Like, they threw that same route. They put Donovan in the middle of that trips wide receiver, throw it to him, and just allow his athleticism to make a play. We have cleaned it up since that first play.
Yes, very good job, Heritage War Eagles.
Second down and 14. Here's this bunch formation again, and Donovan's to the top of your screen if you're watching with us. See if he goes in motion again. He does. And they fake a handoff, and now they roll out to the left, and they've got a man. But first, he is sacked and will go down for a big loss on the play. That is Carter Talley, again, the senior. Going to be a big loss back inside the 20.
Carter Talley he looks the part around campus. He's a good-looking young kid, very athletic kid. He showed it right there. Great read and a big play for the Heritage defense.
Here's another one of these opportunities, Coach. You're now looking at 3rd down and 21 to start the second half. Stay away from penalties. Stay away from a big play right here and just put them in a position where they got to punch you the football back. And you can turn this around. Solo wide receiver to the right out here is Devontae Donovan. He's looking that way. He's going to be flushed. Frick, force of pressure. Now heading towards the sideline, he's going to be hit and thrown down inside the 15-yard line down to the 13-yard line. Another loss, another sack for the War Eagles, and it is going to bring up a punting situation and a big one.
Yes, an outstanding job by the linebackers, defensive line for the War Eagles. They were all over the quarterback, all 3 plays there in that series, and they pushed him back and could get the ball here in really good position. The way Winter's been returning the ball, this could be a big play for the War Eagles.
So that new quarterback was in the ball game that time. That was Miles Harvey that was under center on that play. Looking over on the sideline, Cartwright is still around. I don't know what the situation was. They made that change. But here's the punt. The punt is going to land at the 45-yard line, take a bit of a Farmington bounce, not much, and it's going to roll dead or actually be downed at the Farmington 48-yard line. The War Eagles are going to take over in Farmington territory to start this second half.
Yes, and you couldn't ask for a better start. Credit the War Eagle defense with the outstanding possession that War Eagle football coaches to get our kids ready to come out of halftime and make a big play, and they did it.
Usual 3 wide receiver set for the War Eagles. The tailback is River Gonzalez next to the quarterback Carter Hensley. Shotgun formation. Handoff inside to Gonzalez. He's hit immediately. Actually, before he reaches the line of scrimmage, is going to be a loss of 2. Going to be 2nd down and 12. As one thing, Coach, we just haven't gotten going as anything just standard running plays. We haven't made any ground.
No, and I think you can credit Josiah Ingram for that, for the nose tackle for Farmington, who happens to be down here. What looks like, hopefully, just a cramp, but he's in pretty good pain right on the Cardinal.
Ingram is a 6', 295-pound senior, and he is. Farmington players are taking a knee right now. He was involved in that play and evidently got rolled up. See, the training staff is out there with him now. We do hope he's okay.
It looks to be the way the trainers are treating him that he's got a cramp in his calf, and they're holding pushing that foot back. So he's probably just cramped. So that's a positive for everybody. Yep. But he has been a wrecking ball in the middle of that line for Farmington.
We've played almost 3 minutes of this second half. Again, a great start for these War Eagles. You wanted to come out of the half with a stop defensively. Not only did you get a stop, you got a loud stop. You made sacks behind the line of scrimmage. We got a nice break on a penalty. We talked about, like, we've done that as a team when you have momentum going and you commit a false start. They turned a 1st down into 1st and 15 going the other way. And then we took advantage of it.
Yes. And, you build on things in athletics. I mean, that's something you build on. The pass rush, playing aggressive up there with your front 7 and getting after the quarterback, that's something that, obviously you say, hey, as a coach, hey, we're pretty good there, but we can get better, and this can be a real strength of our team. So real proud of our guys and our staff for getting our kids ready to play coming out of the halftime.
There's a big, strong kid in Josiah Ingram kind of refusing to be helped off here.
Yeah, I think, it's going to – obviously it's an advantage here for Heritage when that big cat's not over your center.
So he's going off on his own power, and I think you're probably right the way he's holding that right leg. I think he's probably got a cramp in that lower leg muscle. He is, and those hurt. They really hurt.
He's gotten rid of the cramp, and now he's walking, hoping it does not come back.
I resemble that. I know that feeling. So, War Eagles are back in business. Shotgun formation. Hensley's looking deep, and he throws a fade route, and that is right in the middle of the field. It's going to be picked off. Intercepted. Hits the sideline. Is going to be forced out of bounds near midfield. Pass is intercepted by Jacob J. And, Coach, that is one that simply didn't have a chance.
No, and you as many times as they've tried to throw that route on both sides of the field, coming out of halftime there, Farmington makes the adjustment. They got a kid there, and he's just playing center field, and the ball goes back to Farmington.
Yeah, and it looked like Hensley threw the ball before he wanted to. He didn't have his feet under him and throw it. And that ball's got to be headed towards the sideline. And so here we have an opportunity. Turn the ball over, and it's Farmington football at midfield. Quarterback back in the game is Ian Cartwright. It's going to be first down, again, right on the 50-yard line. There's a give to the tailback. He crosses the 45. He's hit, still on his feet. Going to continue to fight. It's going to be a gain of 7 for the tailback, Caden Elsick.
Dominic Threet for the War Eagles there on the tackle.
Cooper Bowman cleaning it up again. Cooper very active all the time.
Yes.
Not just playing defense.
He is that way in basketball, too. He's one of those high energy, going to play every second, every down.
He gets that from Daddy. We used to make Daddy go play left field and slow pitch softball because nobody else wanted to run. And now a little stretch play outside again. That's Elsick trying to hit the corner, and he's going to fight for first down yardage, cross the 40, cross the 35. Be first down for Farmington. That's going to be at about the 34-yard line.
Farmington finding some success there with number 24, Caden Elsick. Both directions, big gains here to start the second series for them. The War Eagles got to find an answer.
I mean, this is obviously easier said than done, but if we find a way to stop 4 and 24, we're going to. I mean, we're going to be really good shape defensively. There's the handoff to Elsick, and now we've got a whole host of War Eagles that are going to push him back.
See, we like saying that on air. A whole host of guys making the tackle.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a sign of a defensive team playing well. When
absolutely.
That word host.
Sure. You want some names? Peyton Yeager's there. Christian Jimenez was in there. Just a whole group. Right, made the hit right at the line of scrimmage, and a second down and 10. Second down and 10. They've run 3 running plays in a row. I'd expect them, and there they are. He's throwing the ball deep, looking for Donovan. That's got a chance to be picked, and it is. Ball is picked off by Terrion Franklin, and the War Eagles take it back. They were going deep down the sideline for Devontae Donovan. Franklin had other ideas, and the War Eagles are going to take it over at their own 10-yard line.
Big play. It's a big play. We got to find some consistency. We've been saying it all night. The War Eagles got to find something to hang their hat on, and now's the time. 7:21 left here in the third quarter. It's time to make a drive.
You know, at this point, too, Coach, I think it's we've thrown the ball down the field several times trying to stretch the defense and thrown several good balls and have balls go off fingertips. Right now, I'd really like to see – it seemed like Carter Hensley had a good rapport going with Nick Winter on some of those underneath routes, comeback routes. I'd like to see some of that, and certainly if we can find a way to run the football, that would certainly be benefiting us right here too. Snap is high. I don't exactly –
You know, the white hat, he's a little hard to find out there.
Motion is what the call is there. They blew it dead. So, again, now 1st and 15. Bad news is we're backed up to our 5-yard line. We have a lot of real estate to go before we get in scoring position here. Farmington trying to come off the edge, and then we hand it off to the flat. We got a corner. We're at the 20, the 25, the 30, up across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Ball was handed to Elliot Villatoro on a little jet sweep, and Elliott takes the ball across the 45-yard line. Big play for the War Eagles to get out of the shade of their own goalpost, and it is going to be first down and 10.
Yeah, nice play by Elliott, a great kid, a good trackster. We've got a lot of kids out here that are playing other sports. Peyton Yeager, he's a cheerleader on also during the day, and these guys are making big plays. Great play by Elliott.
Good call. First time Elliott's touched the ball all day. Inside handoff. That one's to River Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is going to break the line of scrimmage. Gain about 3 yards on the play. Be second down and 7. We're going to have another player down for Farmington. He's not going to stay down, or is he? It looks like maybe he is. That player that is Terrion Swift, actually.
I think Darren and I will stop for some cupcakes on the way home.
What do we got? We got more criticism?
I know there's a few good cupcake places here and there, even downtown Rogers.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to know. let's just say we get a lot of input from people while we're calling these ball games. Friends, so called. There's a fake handoff. Nice read by Carter Hensley. He breaks it up the middle. He almost busted. He crosses the 40 to the 35-yard line. A little zone read. Carter kept it, and it was exactly the right move. And the War Eagles are in business. Again, back-to-back first downs on 2 big plays, and we're at the 35-yard line.
Yeah. In 77 there, Josiah Ingram back in the game after the cramp might have something to do with that. But, great execution, great play by Carter.
2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. Fakes a handoff. And actually does give it. That's Villatoro trying to get the edge. You can see the speed that he brings to that corner. He's going to cross the 25 down to the 23, the 22-yard line. That is a very quick 14 yards and another first down for the War Eagles.
Yeah, and Villatoro was a defensive back that was moved to running back because of injury, and he's had a couple big gains. He looks pretty good out there.
Yeah, I mean, he is not a big kid. I mean, but he's obviously got great speed. And when you see that, it just kind of changes things when you get him towards the corner. There's the fake handoff, and now Hensley just kind of bulls his way forward. So they've got a little chemistry going right now with faking that outside zone or giving that outside zone, getting Villatoro on the edge. And that time it's Hensley. He's going to get 4 yards, and we're inside the 20. In the red zone, 5:25 to go. Still a 12-0 game. Desperately need points right here.
Yes, sir.
2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. If you're watching us, here's Tillman McNair on a jet sweep. He's going to try and get the edge. A nice cutback, going to be inside the 15, down to the 14. It's not going to be first down yardage, but we will have third down and short. Third down and call it 2.
Tillman was just an eyelash away there from breaking a tackle back against the grain. It could have been 6 real easily.
It feels like we got a little something here trying to get to the edge, and maybe we can take advantage of that. If Farmington has to make an adjustment, try and keep us from going wide, maybe we can hit them inside for a touchdown here. Shotgun snap, handoff inside, River Gonzalez, and engulfed by the interior of the Farmington defense.
Josiah Ingram for Farmington is just causing trouble on
he's a hard man to move
inside run.
And he's down again. So this is a young man that's playing with some pain, but making plays.
Boy, if you've ever had one of those cramps in your calf, they will stop you in your tracks.
All the time, Coach. All the time. I think it's part of age, I think.
And there they got his leg up again. And you're going to see him walk off in that posture that you just hope that the cramp doesn't return.
So we are going to have 4th and 5. I don't think there's any way we're not going for this. And just a big down. Brady Laird's coming onto the field. Actually, it looks like they're going to send Baxley out. They're going to try and get points on a field goal attempt here. Down 12 with 4:19 to go. Points are never bad, right?
Yeah, the first points always seem to be the toughest to get. That's coming from a basketball coach, but I think I heard John Madden say that too one time on a broadcast. So anything to get that 0 off the board could give you a little momentum and a little confidence. And then you gotta rely a lot on how our defense is playing.
So this is going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt. When they get Josiah off the field. And again, he's going to be refused to be helped off. He's going to be he certainly, as my dad would say, got a hitch in his get along.
He's walking a little better than he did the last time.
He is. He's in pain. He's grabbing. He actually looks like he's grabbing that lower hamstring, and
he needs some salt.
Yeah. So it looks like what have we done here? Like we may be changing our mind. Baxley is now picking up the tee. So just with the extra time to think about it, now it looks like the War Eagles are going to go for it.
Farmington, I assume, takes a timeout.
Say this is timeout Cardinals. They actually gave it to us. They pulled it off the scoreboard against us. So it'd be timeout War Eagles. This is a big decision. I mean, I think I believe it's the right call to go for this here. I don't even know. I don't know how much 12-3 helps you. So, I think going forward on 4th and 5 is the right call. So you got Nick Winter is the solo wide receiver down to the bottom of your screen, and I like his matchup.
Yeah, I do too.
And then you got Tillman McNair in the slot up top, Jeb Brown wide right. So here's the snap. They are looking for Winter on a slant route. They got him. Inside the 10, down to the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Well designed. They got the matchup they wanted in Nick Winter against a cornerback in Miles Harvey that just isn't going to be able to keep up with Nick. As a bigger kid, and nice throw and catch, and first down, goal to go.
Yeah, they isolated Nick there, and he was just an eyelash away from scoring. But a big throw by Carter Hensley and a very, very pressure
clutch throw, absolutely.
Clutch, I'm telling you.
Now, yeah, first down, goal to go. Here's a little quarterback sweep to the right side. Hensley's going to tuck up. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped short, but it is going to be a gain. Second down, goal to go. This at about the 2-yard line. And a War Eagle offensive lineman and a Farmington defensive lineman tangled up. It's Sheldon Pollock finishing his block, as they say, a few yards away from the play.
And a few seconds after the whistle.
Absolutely. No flags, though.
The offensive line for Heritage is playing better.
So you'll see a new package here, by the way. Brady Laird's in the ballgame. Noah Frick is in the ballgame. He spends most of his time on defense. So expect to see a bigger look right here, and you do. They are bunched up together. We are under center. And what happened? We have a timeout. Play was blown dead, which is good because the snap ended up on the ground. Timeout, War Eagles. They saw something they didn't like, and it looked like they were right. Nice call by the War Eagle coaching staff, Coach Hookfin and staff right there, to make sure, because Coach, you don't want to walk out of here with no timeouts, but you really don't want to walk out of here with no points.
Yeah, as a coach, you're weighing your options here. What's more important? I mean, you're on the 2, or do I save a timeout? I could end up on the 12 or even the 20, but I'm going to take a timeout here before we do something.
Yeah,
because it really cost us.
You just do. I mean, in order. Because you're still, we're here to win this football game. In order to win this football game, you're going to need points on this possession. We haven't planning on scoring twice in the fourth quarter is something you don't want to get into. So I guess we got to use them all. Let's use them all, but let's punch it in the end zone right here.
Because when you get in late game situations, a lot of times you get out of who you are as a team because the time and score dictate what you have to do. In a basketball game, you get out of what you might do half court wise to be more pressure, which is not really you, and so you want to keep this score in striking distance, and here we go.
Here we are under center, same formation, handoff to Noah Frick, and the ball is loose. Touchdown, War Eagles. Who came out of there with it? Handoff was to Noah Frick. Noah Frick finds the end zone. A late signal.
I think he dribbled it in there.
Yeah, I think he did too.
I think he was dribbling the ball into the end zone.
And it was a weird play. It didn't even feel like everybody was moving. I looked around, I was waiting to see somebody that blew the play dead. But no. Noah's in the end zone, and that's the first time he's touched the ball all day on offense.
Well, he touched it several times.
He touched it several times. But it's 12-6, and Baxley's on to convert the extra point. Snap is down, and
we're going for 2.
We're picking it up. Tillman McNair tries to get the edge, and he's going to be tackled. So at this point in time, no extra point for either team has been completed. There's 3:05 left to go in this third quarter, and, Coach, we're back in business. It is Farmington 12, War Eagles 6.
Yes, it's a one-score game. You like the way the War Eagle defense is playing, and, going in here into the fourth quarter, you like your chances.
Absolutely. Again, hey, thanks to Height Jackson Associates. As Northwest Arkansas architects and leaders in the design community, our purpose is to enhance the areas in which we work through professional services and excellence in design. Height Jackson is dedicated to providing outstanding services that respond to client needs and budgets. Height Jackson Associates, Coach, they've been sponsoring Rogers Athletics, even since you and I were playing.
Yes,
we know those.
It's been a long time.
We know those guys over there. They're friends of ours. We went to school with a couple of those guys, and we really appreciate their support of War Eagle Athletics. And thanks again to Adidas. They are our official team sponsor, apparel sponsor, and uniform sponsor for Heritage Athletics. And we're just grateful for all of you guys that help make War Eagle Athletics and this broadcast possible. And we have to pay Coach Olson's salary out of something. And we're going to kick it off. We're kicking off from right to left if you're listening to us. Baxley back to kick. High end over end kick. It's going to come down inside the 5. Donovan takes it. He's going to reach the 20-yard line to the 21-yard. He's going to be dropped right there. And that's Elliot Villatoro, I believe, making that tackle. Elliot is, I don't know that we called his name in the first half. He has had a big impact so far in this third quarter.
And none bigger than the big sweep he ran a few minutes ago and got the ball out to midfield. And, you're in the shadow of your own goalpost and then you end up at midfield 10 seconds later. It's a big change.
Little offset I formation. Another quarterback in the game, by the way, for Farmington. New quarterback is Tate Sutton. That's actually the guy we've been expecting the whole time. That's when we got the preview on Farmington. It says that Sutton's a good player. He's been injured, but with high expectations.
Yeah, from our intel, that was a guy that we were kind of preparing for, and then, I think like all of us, they're trying to find and put guys in the right place, like every high school team is on the first day out. So.
Absolutely, we need to check with your intel. I'm not sure your source is as strong as it used to be. He is getting older. Love you, Yogi. Loss of 2 on the play. It's 2nd down and 12. And, again, that's Tate Sutton. He's a senior. We have heard that he's been injured much throughout his career, a good athlete. It may be a situation that they need him. And the War Eagles actually have a guy down. Went down late, it seemed like.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it happen. Maybe we got a cramp on our side, too.
Yeah, and I don't think that's to be unexpected. In light of our situation, practice times have been hampered. It's summer for all practical purposes, 90-some degrees today, and your conditioning level as a team is not where it needs to be. I saw that this afternoon in basketball practice. So, there's some things that we have to overcome, and it seems like this is another cramp, and thankfully so, but it's still going to take what looks like Carter Talley out of the game for at least a play.
At least a play. Yeah, but is it pineapple juice we're supposed to drink? Or is it pickle juice?
I think it's bananas and pineapple juice and some other things that could help.
Chocolate milk is the thing now, right? Or that's post-game, I guess.
That's the post-game.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't feel like you ought to do that in the middle of a football game when it's 95 degrees. But, yeah, it's not a shock, obviously. So it's, as you say, it's been an interesting training camp for all these guys. This has not been business as usual by any means. And, to get to here and to get to tonight, I think, we're just grateful to be playing. We're grateful to be in a ball game right here. And certainly cramps are going to be part of it on a hot day like this.
Yeah, and you got to keep things in perspective, too. You're building into a playoff run, and you're trying to get guys in the right position and give them confidence. And, nothing would build more confidence for Heritage than actually a win. So, you're going to play this one whatever it takes. So, he's up. And he's got the I hope it doesn't come back posture.
Those do hurt. They do hurt. Looks like
I don't know if they hurt.
Jonathan Lockett's out there.
I don't know if they hurt worse.
Oh, man.
Or just the fear of getting him again.
It's crippling. All right, I formation right here. His 2nd down and 11. Back to pass. They're looking for Donovan. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket and runs to his left. Cooper Bona's going to be chasing. We got a flag down in the backfield. Be tackled after a gain of about 4 or 5. There's a flag down at the 15-yard line. Whitehat is looking around, but he's the one that threw the flag. Looks like it's going to be perhaps a holding call. Good pressure by the War Eagles. Flushed him again.
Yeah.
All right, it is going to be a holding call, half the distance of the goal, and he's marking that from the 15. So we actually get the benefit of the spot of the foul. So the ball's going to be marked at the 7.5-yard line, and it is second down and a long way. The scoreboard operator hasn't done the math yet. I haven't either. So that's 24-ish. Again, I was told there would be no math. Shotgun formation now. Sutton sprints to the right, looking for a receiver, and he in and out of his hands. There for a second, I thought Terrion Franklin might have had an opportunity, another one. That is number 9. We got a roster from Farmington. That's Colin Hummel. We called his name earlier today, or we didn't call his name. We called his number earlier today. But that ball falls incomplete, and you're now looking at 3rd and long. They've got to get across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Scoreboard operator just did the math and called it 3rd and 23.
Yeah, and the situation here for Farmington might call for just a simple run play and punt the ball, get some space.
I mean, they're in an I formation for sure. Absolutely.
Surely not going to take too many chances with a lead here that far.
And they do hand it off, and he gets the edge. They're literally trying to just punt the football, and they get the edge on us. He's going to cross the 30, going to make it all the way out to the 40-yard line. That's Caden Elsick. And a big play for Farmington is going to be first down at the 40-yard line.
Big play. But now here's a chance to respond. You know, in years past, this is the end of the run.
Yep. Interesting to see they go to Tate Sutton in this situation here. I guess they're trying to figure out how hurt he is and if he can go.
Ooh, fumble.
There's ball's loose. Ball is on the ground. The War Eagles should get it, and they do.
Seth Kendall. No, 31.
Schaefer Dunnigan with the recovery. Handoff was said to Elsick, the guy who just made the big play, but it was never completed. They never completed the handoff. Ball was, again, rolling on the ground. 2 War Eagles had the best shot at it, and Schaefer Dunnigan scoops that one up, and it's going to be War Eagle football in Farmington territory at the 44-yard line.
You know, and
by the way, note from Coach Jeannie Wilson, by the way, giving us a little plug. Schaefer Dunnigan, a 2-sport athlete out here. Schaefer Dunnigan also a cheerleader.
So is Jeb Brown.
Jeb Brown is also, and also Peyton Yeager. These are guys making plays all over the place. Absolutely. And another mess. So the false start, flag on the play.
Flag.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Coach Hookfin is out to the numbers. I'm not sure who he's talking to. He's certainly trying to get his point across. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, my daughter, now freshman, and on the cheer team is her stunt group. She's with Jeb Brown, which we heard about that the other day, which is, just kind of interesting when your daughter's just going to high school. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Senior football player and multi-sport athlete. Thankful for that. And thankful for you, Coach Wilson. Thanks for listening in. Ball's back at the 49-yard line. It's 1st and 15. Snap back. Hensley, he is flushed out of the pocket. Going to throw it. Did a good job of throwing that one away. Tillman McNair was the War Eagle in the area. Had very little chance at that one. Carter was kind of running for his life. A little bit of a jailbreak up front. And we lived to play another down.
Yeah, I think they were trying to set up a screen there, and it just didn't materialize. And it credit Carter from getting rid of the ball and not taking a humongous loss.
2nd down, 15 yards to go. A lot of football yet to be played. 1:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And we are on the right side of the 50. Inside handoff, River Gonzalez gets to that 2nd level, crosses the 50 out to the 46-yard line. So we get some of that yardage back and get to a manageable 3rd down and actually in 4-down territory. We're at the 41-yard line to be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and they're taking advantage there of, the Farmington nose tackle that's not in the game there. It's an opportunity maybe to gain some yards right up the middle of the field.
2 wide receivers to the right. War Eagles quickly to line of scrimmage. We're looking left, looking for Winter on that little slant route again. That ball thrown a little high. They found something they like right there with the matchup of Nick Winter on the cornerback number 14, Miles Murphy. That ball just thrown a little high.
It's similar to the 4th down conversion a little earlier in the game that set up the touchdown for the War Eagles. And just a little errant throw.
And this is one of those calls where your coaches make your money right here. You got 4th and 7. You could pin them deep, or you're going to go for it, and we're going to go for it. And I don't mind it. We're going to fake a handoff, and we're going to try and get to the second level. Hensley is hit at the 43, fights forward to the 42. That's not going to be enough, and it's going to turn the ball over on downs. So a little zone read. We've had some success with that here early in the second half, but not so on this occasion. Farmington up to the challenge, and they're going to take over on their own 42-yard line.
Oh, if we just had those 5 yards back from the ball start.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a tough call as a coaching staff. Like if you punt it away, even if you punt it in the end zone, you gain 20 yards of field position. That, you know. So obviously they took a chance right there. They wanted to get points. We had some momentum. Here's an inside handoff. Handoff again to the tailback, Elsick. Gets towards the edge, crosses the 40 to the 42-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 5. 2nd down and 5. They call Terrion Franklin with the tackle over the PA. He's had a nice little day. Called his name a few times, got an interception.
Yep.
Offset I formation now. Handoff again to Elsick. Tries to get the edge, crosses the 45 to the 46. Now they give him the 47. That's going to be right at the marker. Pending on where they put the ball down, is he going to be 3rd and short, very short, or 1st and 10? And they're going to give him the first down. 27 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. They're moving the chains. Going to have to hold up Farmington here just a second. Everybody was ready to go with the chain gang. Going to be 1st and 10. War Eagles need to make a stop. Knox Weindorf, another sophomore in the game, playing defensive end right now. Handoff. Well played by the War Eagles as Noah Frick with his arms wrapped around the ankles of Caden Elsick. Very little gain of 1 on the play.
That's the 3rd time they've run that similar play to Elsick, and that's about the best we've defended it this half.
Yep. He's slippery. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. We've got 1 quarter of football to play, and we're in a good one. It is 12-6. Farmington with a lead. They're going to be taking over. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 from their own 48-yard line. Awesome night to be out here with you, Coach.
Just happy to be playing high school sports again. It's one of the greatest things we have going in our country and our area, and the kids get to play, the bands. It's just a fun time, and we all remember that as kids, as you know, just a chance to compete, and grateful to have the chance, and hopefully we can continue.
Absolutely. You know, we've kind of told our girls, you know, whether it's a day of school or a ball game or, you know, in our case, a dance competition or a softball tournament, you got to be in a position to kind of cherish everyone you get right now. You know, and I know that these War Eagles right now, they're not thinking about cherishing one football game. They want to get a W right here. The seniors that have been here, they've worked hard for multiple years, and they have not tasted victory, and they want to do that right here, and they're in a good position to do so.
Yeah, it's just about, you know, again, you can't get caught up in a scoreboard or what, you know, you got to play well and execute bit by bit, play by play. Here it is, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, and it's time to make a play.
Game clock still at 0. The official's unhappy with that. Now we got 12 minutes on and we're ready to go. Again, you know, I'm encouraged by the sophomores we see out there. I mentioned Knox Weindorf playing in this defensive end position. There's a handoff again. Handoff to the tailback. Caden Elsick, again, well played by the War Eagles. Again, 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Weindorf does a nice job there, just kind of getting in there and shoving people around. He's a big kid, 6'5", you know, 210, 250 pound, also a multi-sport guy, baseball player. And it's good to see these guys out here in a competitive scene.
3rd and long. Sutton back to pass. He rolls out to his left. Peyton's chasing him down. He's hitting through the sideline. It is going to be caught on the sideline by Devontae Donovan. Pass is caught out of bounds at around the 36-yard line. That's going to be first down yardage. The drive will continue for Farmington.
Yeah, and a nice play by Tate Sutton. He got out of the pocket, created some space for himself, got himself calmed down, and delivered a nice pass.
You can see why they like him athletically for sure. Like he looked different getting to the edge, has a little bit of a speed factor to him. Now he just stands up, trying again to throw to Donovan. Threw that one in the dirt. We'll stop bragging about him. Sorry, Tate, that's our fault.
And to his defense, though, he lost a little footing.
2nd down and 10. Again, like guys, certainly it's not this simple, but we got to keep the ball out of Devontae Donovan's hands, and you got to contain the tailback, who's not in the game. Well, he actually is in the game right now. Took one play off, but he's back. Caden Elsick, he's hurt his two. And there's the handoff, trying to get the edge. War Eagles read it well. Cooper's got a hold of him, can't quite bring him down, but now he's got help from his friends. He's going to drag him for just a couple yards and then cleaned up nicely. Looks like all the way back from his safety position, Seth Kendall, the senior, came up and put a nice hit on.
He sure did. He closed fast. That was a nice play by Seth.
So here we are at 3rd and 8 again.
You know, the one thing, I'm not a football coach, but this Farmington Cardinal huddle seems to be 1 yard from the ball.
You think you should listen in there?
I'm thinking that if you're going to huddle, you might move it back a few yards. But I'm not a football coach.
Hey, what can you do? Little fake handoff, like rolling out to the left again, and now there's a flag down behind it. We're going to get a break. Pass is caught by Donovan. He's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, but there is laundry on the field. There's a flag down at the 39. Oh, let it be holding.
It's no doubt it's holding.
Preliminary call is holding.
Noah Frick was throwing his hands up as he was getting horse-collared from behind. So a good call there, and a break for the War Eagles.
Absolutely. And they've had good success running that play a couple times, and that's they fake a toss, and Tate Sutton does a really good job rolling out to his left. And again, now you've got a situation where Devontae Donovan is running a crossing route, and he's hard to run with.
Yeah.
Like a really long kid. So we get a break right there. Well, you make your own breaks, right, by rushing the passer hard like we were doing, like Noah was doing. But certainly now the ball's at midfield.
I've never seen a huddle 1 yard from the ball. Is that – yeah.
4 wide receivers. Sutton back to pass. Now he's throwing over for Donovan off his fingertips and just kind of hung in the air there for just a minute, but falls harmlessly incomplete. That looked tantalizing there for a second if we would have had a War Eagle in the area.
Another stop for the War Eagles. Good job. Basically from the start of the second quarter on, they have been very, very, very sound.
It is 4th down and 24.
You know, they say that's what they say about Ford pickup trucks.
What's that?
That they're very sound.
Sound, you don't say. This part of the game has been actually pretty good. Nick Winters had a couple of nice plays. I wonder if Troy Aikman and Jack Buck have to deal with this kind of stuff. We're going to have to turn our phones off. We love the input we get from our friends, but it may be detrimental to the broadcast. Timeout on the field. I think this one was Farmington. There's 10:28 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Deep to receive the punt is going to be Nick Winter. He's backing up inside his 20. But unless we get a bad hop right here or misplay this thing, the War Eagles should get the ball back in decent position with a lot of time. And momentum, I might add. We've played really well since early in the ball game. Honestly, since the block punt, the caught punt. Sutton, the quarterback, is deep to punt. He's standing at his own 35-yard line. Snap is clean. High, booming punt. That's going to send Winter back. He's going to let it go over his head. It rolls, or it doesn't roll around. It checks up perfectly at the 2-yard line.
Outstanding punt. Outstanding. Beautiful.
A 48-yard punt downed at the 2.
Outstanding. Great play by the Farmington punter. Just outstanding punt.
Yep. Easily the best punt he's hit, without question.
Yeah,
Taking whether the ball's down at the 2 or not. Like, it was really nice spiral, turned over well, and we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We're 98 yards from home, but we got a lot of time too. Like, even if you just get a couple first downs and turn the field around right here, it's not the end of the world. In the shadow of our goalpost, if somewhere behind us, there's a snap. Trying to get to the edge is Hensley. He's going to be tackled at the 3.
A little breathing room there, quarterback keeper.
Yeah, just trying to, again, you don't want safety, because safety puts you in a position down 8. When we were backed up this far before is when we hit Villatoro on the edge with that little jet sweep.
Yeah, I think we need a little more space.
Yeah.
To pull that one off.
And you got Tillman McNair's in the slot now. Don't know if you'd be willing to do that again here or not. Straight back to pass, he's going to be sacked. Actually, he's going to throw it and hit his lineman in the back, and it is going to be a safety. Coming off the edge was Hunter Nass, number 50. I don't believe Hensley saw him coming. By the time he felt him coming, it was too late to do anything about it. And we get safety, and it's 14-6.
It's a good call defensively there to come from the weak side, and he just kind of overloaded that side and got to Carter before he could get rid of the ball. Carter tried to get a pass to a receiver in the area, but he was down. And good play by the Farmington Cardinals, and 14-6 as we go later into the fourth quarter.
Yep. So, again, all right, search for positives there. We're really down 1 score. We're going to get a score and a 2-point conversion. Still plenty of time to go. Now we're going to be kicking the ball away to Farmington. And that's a play obviously set up by – it's a negative play for us, but it's set up by a beautiful play by their punter. And it's not – again, you just making a play when you needed to make a play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult situation there. I mean, they've got to get a good punt. I mean, they're at midfield. The kid hits a beautiful punt and knocks it dead at the 2-yard line and really puts the War Eagles, behind the 8 ball.
So we have the option to punt this or to place kick it, and it looks like Baxley's got his tee out there with him. We'll be kicking from the 20. Farmington's going to be setting up. They're their 2 most dangerous guys are their 2 return men. They've got Caden Elsick and Devontae Donovan are deep, and they're standing at their 25-yard line awaiting this kick from Baxley. 9:36 to go in the quarter and the ball game.
We need a good kick.
We do. High end over end kick.
Good one.
Takes it at the 24-yard line. It's Elsick, and he just runs it straight up the middle, and it's tackled near midfield. Elsick, listed as a 5'10", 180-pound junior. He's tough to handle. Very athletic, slippery, hard to bring down.
He's got good speed, good balance, good vision.
They mark it at the 49-yard line of Farmington. So we have, again, 9:30 to go. Obviously cannot give up points here. We need a play. We need a turnover. Would be great. But we certainly need to get the ball back quickly. Donovan, there's a couple of fakes. Sutton now running for his life. Yeager's there. He makes the sack. Also back in the backfield was Christian Jimenez. But it was Peyton Yeager that wrapped his arms around the quarterback for about a 6-yard loss. a big play when we needed it. 2nd down and 16.
Sutton took the ball, a ball fake or a play fake, and then stuck the ball behind his back. They were looking for something really, really big, but Peyton Yeager was there before anything could materialize.
Absolutely. Great aggressive play. I think that's 3 sacks for Peyton tonight. Been very active. We've mentioned, a lot of how encouraging it is to see the sophomores out there. We mentioned a lot of seniors making plays. Good to see that kind of leadership. Handoff to Elsick. Starts inside, breaks it outside. He's going to break midfield, go to be down at the War Eagle 45-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there by Schaefer Dunnigan. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Big down right here. Sutton, the quarterback, came to the sideline.
Yeah, and it's a possibility. It's a 4-down territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy for me to say.
Busted play. Sutton. I'm not sure what that play design was.
It looked like Sutton just turned the wrong way for the handoff, and then obviously the running back was not there, and we're looking at a 4th and 5.
Absolutely, big play, and it looks like they're sending out a new personnel package, if not the punting unit. They're going to punt it away, and why not after the punt he did last time? But 4th down and 4. I don't know that I just totally trust them. Their quarterback is their punter. They've got skill people in the game. There's Donovan heading out to the right side. Both wide receivers are in the game. So certainly I'd be playing pretty much a straight defense here. Sutton does kick it away. This one bounces at the 15 and is going to go out of bounds inside the 10 and at the 7.5-yard line. So Sutton, who we saw very little of until this late in the 3rd quarter anyway, has made a couple big plays from his quarterback position and has had 2 excellent punts. The 2 punts he's had in this half have gone out of bounds at the 8 and the 2.
Yeah, he's the MVP of the second half so far.
Absolutely.
Now you'd like to see Villataro here with a sweep, maybe a little misdirection here and a big play for the War Eagles.
2 wide receivers. The bottom of your screen, if you're watching us. There's a handoff to Villatoro. That's the same man that made the sack for the safety. That's number 50, Hunter Nass, who on back-to-back plays has given losses. One of them worth 2 points. That one right there is a loss of about 4 on the play, which puts us right back in the situation we didn't want to be in, which is inside our own 5.
And, Hunter is not a big player for that position, but he has some explosiveness and some quickness, and he's been raising havoc.
Yeah, they list him at 5'9", 190 defensive end, and he's blown up 2 plays in a row for the War Eagles offensively. Where are we at here?
Villataro up the middle.
For very little.
3rd and 14.
That was faked out on the play, which isn't difficult, but they got me.
Well, I'll give you some. We are looking through several reflective panes of glass here to see that side of the field.
So we're at our 5-yard line. We are 3rd and 13. See what they draw up. And then they're coming off the edge again, and they head to the sideline looking for Nick Winter. The ball is over his head and incomplete. Tell you what we ought to know right now is if you're inside the 5, they're going to be bringing somebody off that blind side. They did it again. The pressure being put on by Aiden Robinson, number 29, the outside linebacker. Hensley had to get rid of it, and it was a little bit before we were ready, over the head of Nick Winter and out of bounds. So with 6:32 to go, we are going to be punting from our own 5. Baxley standing dangerously close to the back of that end zone. And now we're rushing a player on late, and we are going to have – there's a flag down. I don't know if this play actually happened or not. They blew it dead. But we had a player actually sprinting backwards towards the huddle, so that actually should back it up to the 2.5. And this is a punting unit that's had 1 blocked and 1 almost blocked.
If that's not a pre-snap penalty, then that can be declined. And if it can be declined,
it looks like that. But he was the The linesman on the far side of the field was waving his arms long before that play ended. So either he made a mistake and it's an inadvertent whistle. Now we're going to talk about it.
If that play can be declined, the punt was not very good, to say the least. It may have been a 5 or 10 yard gain, which is going to put Farmington right down there at the
dead ball. They do call it dead ball foul. He was right, or at least that's what they're going with. So it's going to be. It's not much of a penalty. It's a half a distance penalty. It's a 2.5 yard penalty. But now we're punting again. Baxley's going to have to scoot back even further. And we're going to have to protect this.
The ball placed on the 2.
Indeed. Good snap. Punts it out of there. Much better kick. Punt's going to be received at the 35-yard line. He is hit immediately and well by Seth Kendall. But Farmington's going to take it over at the 35-yard line. 6:18 to go. So we're going to need that War Eagles defense to step up once again, Coach. Points here at this point in time, you're looking at pretty much game over. Spilende.
Well, there's got to be some kind of play for the War Eagles to kind of change the field over, turn it over, because, Farmington's field position has been outstanding here in the last 3 series.
There's a little stretch play again to Elsick. They've run this with a lot of success. Gain of about 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Tackle on the play looked like it was made by Jonathan Lockett, another sophomore, who I think got dinged a little bit on the head on that one. Actually, he's limping a little bit over there, so he taps himself out. And in comes Jeb Brown. Haven't seen a lot of Jeb on defense tonight. I know that was part of the plan. Be a good opportunity for Jeb to come in and play right here.
The War Eagles need a big play.
Donovan's the receiver to the right. Elsick is the tailback. And they're going to give it to the upback. That's big number 44, Terrion Swift, who bulldozes his way down to the 21-yard line. And he's got a cramp too. It looks like. He's gonna stick around.
Well,
up there, he's coming out.
He's a load when his position on the roster says fullback and nose guard.
Absolutely. And he came clean that time, and that's not a comfortable sight when you're a defensive back coming up to make a hit on that. They list him at 6 foot 225, and I imagine the 225 might have grown some since we took those measurements. Good-looking kid.
In all likelihood, in a nice play call, they've been saving that one for this situation.
And now they're going to try and run the football. They're going to try and use the clock. Handoff again goes to Caden Elsick. A lot of carries for Elsick. He only gets a yard on that one. It's 2nd down and 9. They are at the 20-yard line. Clock is ticking at 5 minutes to go. We show 1 timeout remaining on the scoreboard for the War Eagles. And again, we did use 2 of those earlier in working to get that touchdown.
Yes.
But again, we cannot give up points right here.
And Farmington's done an outstanding job. We played this in almost entire fourth quarter in Heritage territory. A credit to their special teams.
Snap is down, and they're going to blow this one dead. The ball, snap was fumbled, just kind of rolled back to the quarterback. Snap infraction is the call.
What exactly is a snap infraction?
I don't know. Normally it means they pump fake it. I don't know what happened there because the ball is actually just rolling backwards. To me, that's just a fumble. I would have been fine with them just calling it fumble, but they didn't ask me. But that's a 5-yard loss, and that's a big one. So we're now looking at 2nd down and 14. The ball's back at the 25. I don't believe they're much of a threat to kick here. I think if we keep them out of the end zone, certainly if we keep them outside of the 15-yard line, I don't think a field goal, I don't even know if they'd try it unless they got another kicker. That should be a false start right there, but they didn't give it to him. He let him reset. Elsick goes wide, tossed to the right. He's going to be chased down. He gets to the sideline, or doesn't get to the sideline. Trey Sauls comes up from his safety position and makes a tackle. Again, a loss of a couple.
Elsick makes an outstanding play there by going down inbounds. He had every notion of continuing out of bounds, but showed a great IQ there and kept the clock moving.
Another loss. Clock is winding at 3:45 to play. Ball's at the 26-yard line. 3rd and long. Must make play right here for the War Eagle defense.
And you got to think 24 Elsick is getting this one.
Absolutely. Well, now they give it to the fullback again, and he is stood up. Who's coming off the bottom of that pile? That's number 6 again. That is Carter Talley, holding on for dear life because Terrion Swift is a much bigger man. And he wound up getting some help, and it's going to be a gain of 4 or 5, but it's going to be 4th down and 10.
And
they are going to attempt a field goal. So the extra point, obviously a field goal here wins the game, and I think it's the right call if he's got the range. Here comes, actually they were sending the nose guard out there. So this is going to be placed at the 28-yard line, a 38-yard attempt. Again, a chance for a kid to make a play. The extra point, he hit it hard too. He hit it hard, and it's good.
Big play.
After looking not promising on the extra point attempt, he didn't come close to. Again, with a chance to make a play, he kicks a field goal, and that field goal attempt is good. So now with 2:46 to play, Farmington has stretched the lead. It is now 17-6, and we're going to need 2 scores.
Yeah, there's no way to get to 17 without 2 buckets.
We 3 huge plays on special teams down the stretch here for Farmington have really changed the game right here.
Yeah, and obviously there's 3 parts to football, and special teams is just as equally as important as the other 2. And Farmington's proven that tonight with 2 outstanding punts, and then the field goal here to make it a 2-score game with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left.
2:46 to go. The War Eagles not a team, historically that runs a lot of hurry up, tries to score quickly, are now going to be forced to be in that position. And I think it looks like, honestly, with the personnel we have, Carter Hensley's throwing the ball well. We seem like we might be equipped to do that, but we're going to be certainly asking ourselves to do something we don't normally want to do right here. We have to score quickly and get the ball back again. Kick is going from right to left. Huge play by this kicker, Luis Zavala. Ball's going to be taken inside the 5. Nice move on the play. That's Winter. He crosses the 20 down to the 23-yard line. He avoided a tackler at the 18-yard line, but was only able to get just a few more yards. So we are 78 yards away from scoring with 2:39 to play.
Aiden Robinson there for Farmington makes a nice play because there was some space there as Winter made the first guy miss, and he came in and made a really, really nice play and maybe have really saved a big game.
Winter's had a nice night too. He's made some plays. And I feel like if there's a comfort zone between Hensley and a receiver, I feel it's with Nick Winter right now. And it looks like I guess there was a flag down that I did not see because they're marching us backwards. So what was on the 21-yard line is going to be backed up to the 11. We're now 89 yards away. And as you said, we've played a lot of football in this fourth quarter down on this end of the field. Shotgun formation. Inside handoff. That Villatoro or Gonzalez? That's Gonzalez. River Gonzalez with the carry. He crosses the 15 up to the 17-yard line. That's a nice gain of about 6 yards, but we're going to need a lot more than that. Lyman slow to get up. It's Tristan Ketter, but he does. One of the seniors remaining on that offensive line. 2:10. Clock's running. We got to go a little bit. Got to go with some pace. Looking towards the sideline, that ball is going to be picked off by Devontae Donovan. He's going to go in for a touchdown. And that is probably going to do it. Again, you put your War Eagles in a situation where you're trying to do things you probably don't want to be doing. And that's a good playmaker for the Farmington Cardinals out there in Devontae Donovan. He read that one perfectly. Stepped in front of it, took it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
Yeah, nice play by Donovan. He had obviously a good read, and he's got the tools to do stuff like that. Good play.
Here's Zavala. Again, made a huge field goal from 38 yards. And all of a sudden he looks like a different kid. That first extra point, didn't look very good. He didn't even get it to the brick wall back there. And now these last 2 kicks, he's certainly has a new level of confidence.
Definitely. It just takes one to get you
It just
going.
takes one. You got to get that free throw every once in a while, don't you, Coach?
Birdie putt's got to fall in every once in a while.
So 24-6 is your score. And I'm sure it's been done somewhere, but it's going to be awful difficult to do it. We're going to keep fighting along the way. We got 1:56 to go. We need 18 points. That's even more than 2/8 by my math.
Yes.
Yeah. We're deep to receive. Winter is back. Tillman McNair is also back.
You need a big return. But, the way Zavala's been kicking the ball, this one will probably end up in the concession.
All of a sudden, yeah. Kicking from right to left again. Zavala, all down. He does. Look at the extra strength that he's got in his leg right now. He has not. Now that ball flies into the end zone. He hasn't been getting there anywhere before. Good for him. Kid made a great play. Certainly that should lead to confidence. Past performance is biggest leader of future confidence, isn't it, Coach?
That's exactly right. Demonstrated ability.
Yeah.
That's the definition of confidence, and he's got it. And give credit to the Farmington Cardinals with their special teams here in the second half. And, their kicking game has changed this game around.
They did, because we had all the momentum for about a 2-quarter stretch. Obviously, we won that 2-quarter stretch 6-0 along the way, but Farmington took it from us. Made plays when they needed to. Handoff goes to Villatoro. He tries to get the edge. He's going to gain 5 or 6 yards. I tell you, Elliott, it's be interesting to see how they use him going forward, because he certainly adds a burst of speed and can get to the edge. That is certainly helpful.
Well, it changes everything because it stretches the defense out, which allows you to run inside a little bit more. So, he's a factor. He's been a bright spot tonight, and something that we possibly didn't know we have.
New quarterbacks in the ball game. Brady Laird, number 15. He steps up, looks at the sideline. He's got a man. That is Winter. Winter is fighting for yardage and then fights his way out of bounds. Actually, that's Jeb Brown. Jeb Brown on the sideline. Smart play by Jeb right there. He fought for as much as he could and then really fought hard to get out of bounds. 1:11 left to go in the game, and that's a first down. So nice connection right there. Brady Laird to Jeb Brown on the sideline. Laird,
stepped up real nice and found
did.
Jeb on the sideline. It was a great play.
He did. Handoff, getting to Villatoro, trying to get the edge, cannot. There's no way that could have been a holding call on us, but it didn't. Yeah, it didn't happen. And actually, I think he hurt himself in the process trying to grab a hold of him. No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. So you see Brady and Carter Hensley, who started this game. They actually split quarterbacking duties in the JV game at the benefit game the other night. Brady getting his opportunity here to see what he can do with it. Inside handoff. That's River Gonzalez. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to fight forward for just a few yards. Down to 24 seconds. Coaching staff is going to take a timeout. I believe that's our last one. 20 seconds left to go in this one. So certainly who the winner of this ball game is no longer in doubt. It's going to be Farmington. These War Eagles still fighting, however. Trying to make a play.
A lot of credit to the defense side of the ball. I thought they played really, really well. Too many turnovers. One crucial turnover late.
Honestly, the defense gave up one big play, right?
Early.
They gave up more than that. I shouldn't say that, but the one big play for the touchdown. The other 2 scores are, one is on the block punt, or the caught punt, and then the pick 6 that we saw right here just a moment ago by Donovan. So I think the War Eagles defense that frankly did not look strong last week against Siloam Springs. They did not have a good night. I thought they looked much better tonight.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness up front with a lot of sacks. Peyton Yeager was in the backfield a lot, and Carter Talley had
snap back to Laird, winds up on the ground. He falls on it. And we may have one more play, but right now they're late to get off of the bottom of the pile with 11 seconds to go. We'll see if we get another snap off. We don't appear to be in a hurry with 5-4. It looks like that will be the last play of the ball game. And that's what it'll be. So Farmington gets to celebrate on the sideline as they open their season at home, this with a 24-6 win over our Heritage War Eagles.
It's a starting point. I don't know if that's, really what you want to hear, but it's a starting point. I thought, there were strides that were taken forward, and they just got to build off of this and get ready for next week.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if you look at it as a coach, you look at it as a fan, maybe different. You look at it as the coach. There's some good things that happened in this ball game, and certainly you've got young players all over the place, including your starting quarterback is a sophomore. You got sophomores making plays both on the offense and defense, and with that, a lot of times comes some learning. Yep. Along the way, and Coach, it's not going to get easier from here.
No, and one of the things that we failed to mention this evening is at left tackle is Hunter Seals, a sophomore, and if there's a more important spot on the football field, especially on the offensive side of the ball, I don't know if there is one, and he held up over there pretty well for most of the night, and it's his first varsity start, and so there's some young guys out there. There's some brightness, but it's an uphill climb, and there's a lot of talented teams that are ahead of us.
Yeah, and it's the only thing you know to do is to go back to work. Keep working, and this coaching staff is very intense, very focused on getting this team moving the right direction. And they were obviously better this week than they were a week ago, and we look forward to continuing to see that progress. And Coach, I look forward to watching them and calling them with you if they'll let us.
No kidding. Hopefully we'll get another one next week.
Absolutely. So I thank you all for listening in, and just really appreciate our entire AV staff over here, which consists of one guy tonight. So thanks, Rob, a lot for that. And then, Mr. Davis, Mr. Murray, just thank you for the opportunity to let us do that. We look forward to getting back out here again. Until then, tonight, War Eagles on the wrong side of this one by a score of 24-6. And for Coach Tom Olson, I'm Darren saying good night.
Good night.